Hi, this is Dr. Nahanandini. I'm working in Nehru Institute of Technology, Department of MBA. It is a great opportunity to present a topic on 360-degree appraisal. So before getting to a 360-degree appraisal, we must know what is appraisal is all about. So appraisal is nothing but evaluating the performance of an employee in the organization. This is we must know the level of the performance, whether we are good enough, extraordinary, excellent, poor or moderate or whatever it may be, the level of performance we must know it. So this how we are assessing ourselves, how our level of performance we are doing, that's we called as a self-appraisal. And also we will be getting a feedback from different kind of people, that is what we called as a 360-degree appraisal. So before get into this 360-degree appraisal, we must know the appraisal process. Appraisal here we are checking the performance. This will happen in once in a year or twice in a year. Okay, sometimes in the IT companies like Wipro, HCL, every 3 months they are conducting this appraisal process, and this 360-degree appraisal most of the companies, most of the IT companies are doing. So the performance appraisal process, when we talk about, first and foremost thing as an employee and also the employer must know what is the standard we have to, what is the standard of performance we have to. So first we have to ensure that the employer have to ensure what kind of a standard of performance employer have to be given. That is very important. And second one, that have to be communicated. And third one, analyzing the performance. And fourth one, and cross-checking and analyzing the gap. What is the actual performance? What is the standard performance? These two things will be compared and come to a conclusion what is the level of performance, and we have to give the performance feedback. Then finally the follow-up have to be taken place. This is what normally the performance appraisal process will be taken place. When we talk about this 360-degree appraisal feedback, we will be collecting a feedback from each and every person, not each and every person, inside the organization and also outside the organization. We will be getting a feedback about my performance. Say for example, I am working as a marketing manager in an ABC Limited company. So I am working in this company for 2 years. So in this 2 years, what is my performance level? Definitely I must know it. So what I'll do a self-appraisal. What is my performance level when I'm starting? Okay, what is my performance level right now? That is what self-appraisal. Here I am talking about my growth, my career growth, and in what way I have developed it, my knowledge, my capability, my potentiality, everything I will be analyzing it. That is a number one 360-degree appraisal we called as a self-appraisal. Okay, and next one, we will be getting a feedback from customers. Suppose I am a marketing executive, I have dealt a very good client and also I have closed a business, and a customer will giving a feedback about my service, post-service or pre-service. Suppose I am working in a company, in ABC Limited company, in an automobile industry it is actually. So in this industry, this 2 years how I worked, a sample of customer, I have met so many customers, but one particular customer will give a feedback how I dealt it, how I convince that particular customers, how I make a customer feel happy to purchase that particular product, what the company is selling. That is the number 2, the customer feedback. That is very, very important. Okay. And second one, third one we called as we are getting a feedback from my own subordinate. Suppose I am a marketing manager, so my executive will be giving a feedback about my performance, my level, my leadership quality, the way of handling a team, the team coordination, the way of attaining a target. So everything, all the overall the past 1 year, or the past 6 months or past 2 years after joining, the feedback will be given about myself. My subordinate will be giving it. Executive will be giving a feedback about my performance. This is the third one. And fourth one we talked about, very important person who's our superior, okay, immediate boss, or to whom I am reporting. Example like MD or a managing director. So managing director will observing my performance for the past 1 year or 2 year after joining, okay. So he'll be giving a feedback about my how much contribution I have given, how much accountable towards the company's growth, okay, or a contribution. Everything will be converted as a word, or they'll be said directly, or they'll be written as an essay and shared with us, okay. This is one way of our superior giving a feedback. Next one, very important thing, the fifth one we called as our peers and colleagues. I am a marketing executive, so my one of executive will be giving a feedback about my performance, okay, how I am working. So in what way I am mingling with my peers and colleagues, what is my behavior, what is my attitude, what is my personality, how I am much comfortable enough with all the peers and colleagues, how I make peers and colleagues in a comfortable way when teamwork comes. So all these kind of feedback will be given by the peers and colleagues, okay. And sometimes we will be getting a feedback from the vendor. We call it as a supplier. So we will be getting a vendor, suppose a vendor is producing something, means supplying something, a material, a semi-finished product or some kind of automobile part. So how I am dealing the person, the vendor, okay. So from vendor also sometimes we will be getting a feedback how I am dealing with the vendor. So that is one of the feedback we will be getting it, okay. So on the whole we will be getting a feedback from all the people in the organization, and also external, from external like vendor, customer, and inside my superior, my subordinate, my peers, my colleagues. From all these person I am getting a feedback is what as a 360-degree feedback. So we have another concept now, it was introduced, what 720 feedback. 720-degree feedback is nothing but the feedback will be taken before the performance, and once again the same kind of level of all the members, like we discuss, like superior, subordinate, peers, colleagues, vendors, all these people, again they will be giving a feedback once my performance is over, maybe after 6 months or after 1 year. So this is one way like 360-degree feedback is all about. So this particular feedback can be used for our development purpose, okay. So management have to be very keen enough in implementing this 360-degree feedback, because this feedback we are getting from all the people. Sometimes we go it as a bias. Say for example, suppose like I am in my team, my peer is there, my peer won't like me that much. If feedback comes, with performance comes, obviously he won't give a positive feedback. Of course, he will be giving a negative feedback, and that particular feedback cannot be considered for a promotion or a transfer or increment or whatever it may be. So this 360-degree feedback can be comfortable for the development of an employee, not for promotion purpose or not for a incentive purpose or a compensation we called as, okay. Not for that particular purpose, we can use it for our development, and also we can use this particular feedback can be used for giving a training to that particular employee where this kind of person is lacking, in which area you want to give more training. So for that particular purpose we can use this 360-degree feedback appraisal. So as you all people, listeners, please you have any doubts you can ask, okay. And this feedback is a very important feedback, it's very interesting feedback too. So many companies started implementing this particular 360-degree feedback, and this is very useful for all the people. So you also try it. Thank you all. By this signing off, this is Dr. Naganandini from Department of MBA, Nehru Institute of Technology.